The roads are pretty clear here in the Grand Rapids area.
And that's good news for drivers headed out of town today for the Thanksgiving holiday.
But it's a very different story along the lakeshore. As you can see behind us, there's a lot of shades of blue on Storm Track Live.
Yep, and Storm Team meteorologist Kyle Underwood is here to tell us if we can expect this snow to end soon. A lot of drivers want to know, especially if they're headed to Chicago or anywhere west along here towards the foot of Michigan.
It's going to get better soon, but not this afternoon. I am happy that we were able to give folks a couple days heads up on this heavy lake effect snow band. But if you have travel plans this afternoon that include I-94 or 196, you're going to want to plan for some extra time and perhaps an alternate route in case things do get worse. So let's take a look at warnings right off the top here. We have a lake effect snow warning out for Berrien and Cass County, and that goes as far south as Stark County, Indiana. So a real mess on the roadways. And if you're traveling northward, we don't want to neglect this. Heavy lake effect snow for Benzie, Leelanau, Grand Traverse County. If you're headed north on 31, you're going to run into some big problems once you get north of Cadillac. We'll get into more on all of this coming up in just a second, but I want to show you where the heaviest bands of snow are right now. Stretching from Grand Traverse Bay, we have some lake effect snow that's moving inland. You can see the northerly winds are prompting this lake effect snow to be heaviest right out here over Lake Michigan, but we have a heavy band moving on shore in far western Van Buren County, just to the south and west of South Haven. Heavy snow through Berrien County right now, denoted by these darker blue colors here. Cass County has been added to the lake effect snow warning, and it's going to be a mess on the roadways here at 196. We're going to have some really tough travel here intermittently. You know how these lake effect snow bands behave. This stretch from South Haven down to about Michigan City or New Buffalo, on and off, very, very heavy bursts of snow that are going to greatly impact visibility and driving surface conditions. Across Oceana, Mason County, we also have some pretty decent lake effect snow on the western tips of those counties. Here's our snow futurecast as you head through the evening. By mid-evening, most of this will start to taper off, but it's not out of the question that some of these areas pick up a foot of snow. Some really serious snowfall here. Inland, meanwhile, it's going to be pleasant. Mostly sunny, temperatures in the mid-20s. Meanwhile, heavy lakeshore snow will continue here through the afternoon and evening. Now, we have some light snow coming up on Thanksgiving also, and a nice stretch of weather beyond that. So hang on for a few minutes and we'll get you up to speed on the rest of the weather information.
Well, if you are headed out of town towards the lake shore, like Kyle's talking about there, you may face some of those messy road conditions he's been outlining. 24-hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett brought you live reports from 4 different counties all this morning on daybreak. Allegan County was one of the hardest hit by snowy conditions this morning, and that's where we find Amanda. She's live in Ganges Township. So what are you seeing there, Amanda?
Well, Brett and Emily, I can tell you, just talked with Allegan County dispatchers. They say they're still working some slide-offs there on I-196. You heard Kyle talking about that still being a problem this noon. We're here at a gas station just off the interstate where a lot of travelers have been stopping by, a lot of Thanksgiving-bound travelers. You can see right now sunny skies, and it's not snowing. The snow just tapered off here within the last hour and a half to 2 hours. So that may be a good sign, but as Kyle says, it's a constantly changing situation here along the lakeshore. I want to show you some video we shot within the past 2 hours to give you an idea what some of these drivers were facing here on 196 headed to Fenville. Again, about 2 hours ago, you could still see snow-covered interstate, about the same conditions as this morning on daybreak. But it's slow moving there as more drivers are hitting the road. We're seeing higher traffic volume, meaning people are taking their time, slow moving traffic. Now, we talked with a state trooper this morning who says they've been working slide-offs on 196 near Fenville all morning long. Here's just one of the many we saw on our drive, a photo I was able to snap. And another photo I snapped from the passenger seat of several inches of snow on some of the exit ramps. Another thing you may see if you're getting off these interstates, keep in mind, take your time. There's a lot of snow on some of these exit ramps. And that's what we've been seeing in both Allegan and Berrien counties since daybreak. Troublesome for those traveling to the Chicago area for the holiday weekend. We talked to a family from Blanchard headed to Chicago who says the weather wasn't going to keep them from their Thanksgiving plans.
We started to see more accumulation than we expect that. So we just take it a little slow and get there when we get there.
That's very good advice. Take your time and get there when you get there. Now, keep in mind, of course, we're going to keep our eye on these road conditions throughout the day. Storm Team 8 is going to continue tracking this system and keep you abreast of any changes whatsoever. And if you're heading out of town, take the Wood TV app with you, and you can check out the radar as well as all of our updates when you're out of town. Live in Fenville, Amanda Jarrett, 24-hour News 8.